Vaynerchuk is not an amateur at spotting trends. He was one of the first to realize that the internet could be harnessed to expand his family's wine business. Next, he built one of the world's first successful restaurant reservation software platforms, Resy. Today, he's chairman of New York-based Vaynerchuk, where he uses his unique insights in online and social marketing for his clients. Keep watching this video to find out more on Garyvee's biggest regret about NFTs. Ripping off the Band-Aid. The chairman of Vaynerchuk has admitted that 98% of NFT projects are going to go to zero or close to it. It was a hell of a statement to utter before 9 a.m. in the conversation that opened the 2022 edition of Daryl Morey's Comic-Con for VORP evangelists, otherwise known as the MIT Sloan Sports Analytics Conference. Sitting opposite Fanatics CEO Michael Rubin and moderator Jessica Gelman, the CEO of Craft Analytics Group, Garyvee, explained that the hyped and oversaturated market for non-fungible tokens resembles the 1990s tech boom that saw countless .coms receive 11-figure valuations before they'd even feigned an attempt at e-commerce. In 2000, the house of cards tumbled. There's a giant crash to this market coming, Rubin concurred, insisting such a thing is inevitable given the sheer volume of NFTs getting minted left and right, with no prevailing best practices regarding quality control or long-term value add. But this was not meant to be some sad sack recrimination summit. Boston already held one of those after Tom Brady signed with the pirate ship team. No, this conversation, officially titled Disrupting, Reimagining, and Crushing It, was ultimately the kind that had you feeling fairly shot out of a cannon, specifically a decentralized distributed one. A learning curve. A key lesson from the panel for both blockchain brigadiers and the NFT curious alike, as well as a reason to be bullish about the future, no matter where the market trendline goes. The fact that when a crypto project flops, it's not the fault of the medium, just as the .com crunch wasn't the fault of the internet. Or worse, some damning evidence it was a fad. Well-meaning but ultimately errant human efforts are an immutable fact of earthly existence, at least until Web 4. But it's worth shouting out loud for the distributed dilettantes that blockchain networks as such are structurally sound. The consumer blockchain is the biggest technology shift we have right now, Vaynerchuk said, the biggest since the dawn of the public internet. In the broadest possible view, he sees opportunities practically beyond belief. Unfortunately, he considers the execution in the NFT space at the micro level to be a cliché gold rush at the present moment. And as with any gold rush, the vein eventually runs dry. This is the crash that both men are convinced is coming. The bottom falls out, and the creditors come to collect something that was never really there. But in order to reach the sort of sustainable equilibrium that the brightest possible NFT future requires, the crash is a teeth-gnashing but necessary event. Do NFTs hold more value than mere collectibles? Once this hard NFT reset purges much of the overproduced, one-dimensional rubbish from the market, a needed paradigm shift will finally have the space to take hold. Point blank, the panelists agreed that the real revolution begins when we wrap our heads around the idea that non-fungible tokens are far more than digital art or collectibles to be bought or sold, just like the kind you can hold in your hand. I don't think people are using the utility aspect of NFTs yet, Vaynerchuk said. Quite simply, his crypto utopia is one in which NFTs are the key that unlocks ongoing membership in organic communities built around common interests. Unlike some sort of VIP lounge behind a velvet rope, these are communities in which every member is on perfectly equal footing, and that cannot be corrupted or usurped by, say, a network administrator or a big tech conglomerate, thanks to the decentralized principles fundamental to Web3 and crypto technology. We're starting to see glimpses of this platonic NFT ideal now. Vaynerchuk points to his VFriends project as an example, while communities like World of Women and the AOK Oneverse and Lynx DAO have used similar techniques to rethink the way enthusiasts pool their passions to create otherwise unachievable results. The impending NFT crash. In Vaynerchuk's view, these dynamic platforms that link NFTs to ongoing experiences, giveaways, or gamification across the virtual and physical worlds are a major component of the industry's best way forward, and not just because they're fun. If and when the market does crash, and my NFT isn't worth anything in a traditional sense, these built-in experiences, for instance, a VFriends NFT is the only ticket to the VCon conference, reveal themselves as not just a nice bonus, but the most important aspect of the token altogether. This doesn't mean we should stop looking at crypto-powered tokens, non-fungible or otherwise, like investment portfolio assets. It means we have a parallel opportunity to embrace them more fully as part of a contract, as malleable totems that broadcast a certain type of passion and bring us closer to others who choose to do the same. Yes, Michael Rubin and Gary Vaynerchuk agree that the NFT crash is gonna happen, but don't be scared, and don't Gronk spike the whole non-fungible universe straight into the trash bin of tech history. Think of this oncoming downturn as a clearing of the fog, one that will illuminate the path the market was always meant to take. You gotta taste things that are innovating, Garyvee said, putting a bow on it. Whether you think it's a fad or not, to dismiss an entire movement, that's a mistake. Off the heels of VCon 2022, Vaynerchuk made a bold prediction that non-fungible tokens, otherwise known as NFTs, and decentralized blockchain technologies are part of the largest technological innovation the world has yet to see. NFTs are not dead, says Gary Vaynerchuk. They're only resting, and will soon rise again.